morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Acid Spitting Emu, and welcome to Joe Dever's Lone Wolf, the console edition. This is for the PlayStation 4. If you do not know anything about the Joe Dever Lone Wolf series of books, I have been a fan of them since I was a child. They are basically like a choose-your-own-adventure mixed with a role-playing style of book. They're amazing. If you have not checked into them, check them out. They're beautifully written. The story's just enthralling, and I mean it's amazing. So yeah, check those out. But this is the console game. It's written, of course, by Joe Dever, and yeah, it plays out a lot like the book. So in this, there's going to be a lot of reading, not so much action. Don't get me wrong, there are action scenes, but there's a lot of reading involved. So, yeah, that's going to be the kind of Let's Play that this is. It's going to be me doing a lot of talking, and you basically listening and watching what's going on. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Write your story. Now, you can see I've got one here, Act 2, Chapter 2, one here, Act 3, Chapter 1, which there are 4 acts in the game. I haven't even played through the entire game myself, so once we get past Act 3, Chapter 1, you know, we're pretty much going to be on the same field as far as, you know, what's going on. But we want to start a new game. Now, this game here, I went more intelligence. This game here, I went more dexterity. This game, I think I want to try to go completely strength-based. I want to just barrel through and bum rush everything in the game, just to see if it can be done. So, I want to play on easy, because, man, this game is, yeah, hard. Enemies are weaker and they cannot attack you when a radial menu is open. You will not get special items. Now, that's kind of a disadvantage, but you still get enough items to last, so it's pretty nice. So we want to go ahead and start it up here. You don't get to create your character per se, not as far as his appearance, but you do get to create what he knows and what he can do. You are Lone Wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with. We have the choice here of multiple choice. The multiple choice menu lets you choose your path and write your own story. Pay attention on what you decide. Your actions shape the world around you. So as you can see, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. So that's pretty cool. Select each icon with the left stick to display the description, and then confirm your choice with the confirm command. Alright. This one, you always prefer a straightforward and decisive approach, although it is often reckless. You carefully assess the details of any situation before attempting to overcome an obstacle. And you rely on your dexterity and intuition to overcome any obstacle. We're going to go with this one. I've never chosen this one before because it seems kind of haphazard. But yeah, we're going to try it this time. You are Lone Wolf. Your life is not an ordinary one. You assess and counter all challenges with strength. Many are the battles you have fought in defense of Sommerland, wielding your... And we will go with an axe, because it is a balanced weapon regarding damage and speed. Many are the battles you have fought in defense of Sommerland, wielding your axe. You are more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of... This one I want to go with, because I'm doing the strength path, and I believe I'm going to be taking a lot of damage because of that, I'm going to go with healing. Mind Blast and Mind Shield transform your mind into a powerful psychic weapon and psionic shield. Alright. That is Mind Over Matter, lets you manipulate objects in your immediate environment. We are going to go with Mind Blast. Animal Kinship enables you to communicate with and influence most animals. You are able to perform extraordinary martial feats due to your mastery of the weapon skill. I always pick animal kinship, and I believe it actually gives you a special companion in the game, but I want to go with weapon skill because I want to see what it can do. Camouflage enables you to blend into your surroundings, enhancing your stealth and secrecy. Your sixth sense enhances your natural intuition, helping you to identify and counter unseen dangers. Yeah, I think I'll go with sixth sense on this one. You are more than a gifted warrior. You possess special Kai disciplines that give you mastery of healing, mind blast, mind shield, weapon skill, and sixth sense for Summerland and the Kai. And that is your character. That is Lone Wolf. Alright, go ahead and do that. Is this your story? Is this your past? It is.
For many centuries, the Kai Lords defended their kingdom of Sommerland from the Dark Lords of Helgedad. Many battles were fought and won by the Kai, but finally came their demise. 3 years ago, the monastery of your warrior order was attacked by the armies of the Dark Lords. The Kai were destroyed. You were the only one who survived the final battle. All seemed lost, but you retrieved the Sommersword, the one weapon that can slay a Dark Lord of Helgedad. You slew Zagana, the Dark Lord leader, and saved your kingdom from destruction. Now, the lesser Dark Lords hunger to take their revenge. It falls to you, the last Kai Lord of Sommerland, to crush their evil schemes once more.
Blood on the Snow, Chapter 1. Turn the pages. You can turn the pages using the confirm command on the arrows on the book. You can also go back to any previous page of the current chapter. Alright. You are Lone Wolf, the last of the Kai Lords and sole survivor of a massacre that destroyed your elite warrior order. You would prefer not to be where you find yourself now, in a narrow mountain pass blanketed with crisp snow, flanked by shadowy timberlands where icy winds whistle through the branches and chill you to the bone. You would prefer not to be here, but duty has called you to this remote part of your domain. You are the Friar Earl of this territory, and you are responsible for the safety and security of the hardy, summerlending folk who live and prosper in this harsh mountainous borderland. You have received a disturbing report of enemy activity around the mining village of Rockstarn, and all communication with the village has ceased, fearful that the settlement may have been attacked by Gaiax and other Darklands raiders. You have come here to assess for yourself the true situation. After a seemingly endless trek through snow and ice, you have almost reached your destination. Your horse becomes increasingly nervous as you approach the outskirts of the mining settlement. The smell of wood smoke is being carried along the chill air, and its acrid aroma unsettles you both. This is not the reassuring smell of smoke that arises from hearth or furnace in the depths of winter. This is the smell of wanton destruction. Your heart sinks. You have journeyed here as quickly as the harsh weather would permit, but despite your valiant effort, you may have arrived too late. I do not master that discipline. I can decide to be careful and proceed on foot, or I don't want to waste any more time and urge my horse to gallop. I hate to do that because I feel like it's going to harm me or harm my horse, but this is the playthrough that I want to do this time, so let's go. Time is not your ally. Hurriedly, you mount your horse and urge him to a full gallop. The road is covered with snow, but Your horse is strong and sure-footed and well-suited to these difficult conditions. You are passing through a winding section of trail when suddenly your horse comes to an abrupt halt and rears up on its hind legs. There is a trap concealed beneath the snow on this part of the trail, and your horse has detected it and reacted immediately to the danger. Unfortunately, it is too late to avoid falling into its deadly embrace. With a loud crash, the snowy ground collapses under your horse's hooves, casting you both into a steep-side pit. You are thrown headfirst from the saddle, and you land painfully on the rocky base of this pit trap. You are left badly bruised and lucky to be alive. Sadly, your horse has not fared so well. It is lying on its right side, neighing pitifully, with all 4 of its legs badly broken. Damn it! Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Alright. Now, let's heal my horse. You place your hands around each of his broken legs in turn, using your Kai healing powers to mend the fractured bones. The warmth of your grip soothes the poor animal. He rests his weary head on the ground and breathes calmly. Take heart, dear friend. You will be as right as a spring rain before very long, you say in a comforting tone. Your assurance is an honest one. You can already feel the bones in his leg are beginning to mend. He will be able to stand in a short while. Your care and perseverance is rewarded when your horse is able to rise and stand once more. He is a little unsteady on his newly mended legs, and he is incapable of supporting your weight, but he is fit enough to walk. Within a day or so, he will be trotting and galloping as if this painful incident had never occurred. As part of this pit wall collapsed when the trap was sprung, and the mass of fallen earth and compacted snow provides you with a way to escape from the confines of this treacherous hole. You lead your horse up the steep ramp created by the collapsed pit wall and emerge onto the firm surface of the trail. You pat your horse's head reassuringly and retrieve your equipment and personal items from the saddlebag. The horse senses that you must leave him now and go ahead alone. He neighs softly, yet sadly. Fear not, dear friend. You have fulfilled your duty with great courage. Now you must return alone to the monastery where you will be safe. Go as fast as you are able. We shall be reunited there before too long. Your horse lowers his head and affectionately he nuzzles your shoulder. His unquestioning love and loyalty warms your heart. With a last pat of his forehead, you send him on his way back along the track in the mountain road that leads to the Kai Monastery. You watch him go until he is lost among the trees. Then you steel your nerves and resolve once more to reach Rockstarn as quickly as you can on foot. You follow the road as it snakes gently through the high timberland, and it is not long before you see the path straighten as it approaches the entrance to Rockstarn. A whirling gray spire of smoke is rising into the cloudy sky above this ravaged settlement. It is being carried along by the icy breeze that whips and howls through the main street. A rustling sound makes you freeze in mid-step. Slowly, you turn to face the sound and you see a pair of hooded amber eyes staring at you from the cover of the snowy foliage. They are the eyes of a wolf, an old male with a distinctive patch of white fur in the center of his forehead. You sense that the rest of his pack is close by. The wolf leader nuzzles his way through the foliage and approaches you. His thick gray body fur is highlighted with gold-colored hairs that ripple and gleam as he draws closer. He is a powerful hunter, yet you have no need to be afraid of him. With a narrowing of his wise eyes, he warns you that a great danger lies ahead. Yes, my friend, you murmur quietly. Yet face this danger I must. Here are my people. They are my pack. I am their leader and I must protect them. Alright, now we go to the map screen. The world map lets you decide which narrative selection to unlock next. Pay attention when you choose. Some decisions cannot be undone. It also lets you access the merchants you have unlocked. The world map can be accessed from the Tome interface. Meditation is the skill that the Lone Wolf uses to rest and recover vitality points, endurance, and Kai power. You can meditate only before leaving your current location before triggering a new narrative section. If you are ambushed while meditating, you'll start the combat session with your Kai powers on cooldown. While moving on the map or during meditation, there is a chance that you will trigger a random encounter. Alright, so they said right here, this is your meditation. It is a wise thing to do this every time that you have the chance, because healing items in this game are few and far between. At least until you get to your first merchant. And even then, coins are a thing that are hard to come by, so it's always best to go ahead and meditate to heal up your abilities. You don't sense immediate dangers. This is a safe place to meditate. And you are healed, fully rested. Alright, now let's continue on into the city of Rockstarn. Do you want to write your story from here? Yes. The village of Rockstarn was once a thriving and vibrant mining community, nestling among the slopes on the surrounding mountains. Life here on the border with the Darklands is harsh, yet the villagers of Rockstarn are a hardy and industrious community. They are fiercely loyal to you, their liege lord, and to King Ulnar and Summerland. Now Rockstarn lies silent and smoldering. The noise of its steam engines and its armory no longer echoes through the high peaks. Cautiously you approach the entrance to the village. It is eerily quiet. The smell of wood smoke that you detected from a distance is now heavy with the cloying stench of death. You stare unblinkingly at the horrific scene that greets you. The blood-soaked and lifeless bodies of villagers lie strewn about the streets. Many were cut down as they fled, while others died fighting desperately to protect their loved ones and their homes. Recent snowfall has covered the slain with a thin white shroud, sparing you the unsettling sight of their gaping frozen wounds. All around, several shops and dwellings have been badly burned or completely destroyed by fire. There are too many victims hereabouts for you to gather their bodies and give them a decent burial, as is the customary practice in Summerland. The terrible price that has been paid by the villagers of Rockstarn, partially as a consequence of your late arrival, weighs heavily on your heart. You close your eyes, raise your face to the cloudy sky, and make a silent plea to the goddess Ishar to gather and protect the souls of the slain. You open your eyes and advance along the main street, your nerves as taut as wound steel wires. Then you hear something. It is the sound of bare feet on fresh snow. It is followed by the rattle of loose armor and a gurgling growl that sets your pulse racing. It is a Gaiac. Ok ik okak tag jaknek. It drools through its sharp, uneven teeth. You recognize the foul Gaiac language, and you know enough of it to translate the creature's chilling utterance. I bring you a slow death. Your fears and concern are confirmed by the presence of this hateful Gaiac. Rockstarn has been attacked by a Gaiac raiding party. The creature stalking towards you is only one of many now occupying the village. The Gaiac closes in, and defiantly you stand your ground. You can expect to receive no mercy from this creature, and you will give none in return. And now we go into the first battle of the game. This is where the game changes its perspective a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Here we go. Action buttons. Somersword, melee techniques, Kai powers, and ranged weapon. When the action buttons appear near Lone Wolf's body, it means that it is your turn to strike. Each button grants access to a specific class of abilities according to its position and look. During your turn, make your choices before the yellow bar empties. You won't be able to attack or use consumables before the bar is completely refilled. Alright. Main hand abilities: Quick Strike, Heavy Attack, and Combined Attack. You can perform 3 main combat techniques with the weapon you wield in your main hand. A Quick Strike that is difficult to dodge or parry, a Heavy Blow that is slower but deals more damage, and a lethal combination of attacks. When a melee weapon is wielded in the offhand, it also makes special combat abilities available in the circle menu. These abilities add a further layer of strategy to the battles. Try them all and define your fighting style. The green bar represents your endurance, which is the resource you use to perform physical actions, including all melee combat techniques and defensive action events. Alright, let's get to it. We want to go ahead and do this. Directional event. In order to perform a directional action event correctly, perform the suggested movement with the left stick. If you fail, the arrow will disappear. Do that one and down and kick him back. And that's the end of the first battle. Oh, okay, so it's not. We have another one. Let's go ahead and, looks like we are low on endurance. So let's go with ranged weapons. The use of all the ranged techniques is connected to the equipped ranged weapon, throwing knives or crossbow. Range attacks consume ammunition. Crossbows have firepower as their main stats. It increases bolt damage. Alright, let's go this one. Yeah, this one right here. Precision event. In order to perform a precision action event correctly, wait for the external outline to touch the central circle. When the circle glows, press the correct command. If you fail, the circle disappears. Ah, crap. Well, I got him with 2 of them anyway. Alright, Kai Disciplines. The Kai Discipline action button is placed over the belt. When pressed, it displays your Kai Disciplines, just as the other action buttons work. The blue bar represents your Kai Power, which is the resource you use when you resort to your Kai Disciplines. The Kai Power bar refills automatically during a fight when you kill an enemy. Your intelligence enhances this effect. Alright, so let's go ahead. We're out of energy. So that means he's going to get a chance to attack, which is fine. Alright. I want to go ahead and I want to use this. Now, crap, he's still hitting me, and I'm bleeding. Wonderful. Alright, debuff. Some attacks can cause altered status to both enemies and Lone Wolf. Each status has different characteristics, and some of them can be cured by elixirs. Alright, and that just goes through a list of the debuffs. If you want to see what they all are and what they all do, just pause it, you can go back and look. Alright, the Summer Sword. This holy weapon grants you the ability of performing devastating fighting techniques. Because of its magical origin, in order to wield it, you will need Kai Power instead of endurance. A single cooldown is shared by all Summer Sword attacks. And he's gonna hit me again. Come on. Build and go. Okay, I can't use the Summer Sword yet, so we'll go ahead and we'll finish him off with a combined attack. And this is a finishing blow. It doesn't actually deal any more damage. The guy was already dead anyway. It just basically does a neat little animation when it's time to kill him. And that was the battle scenes. That's how the battles in this game look. And you can fight all kinds of different enemies. They get harder, they get more challenging, they can hurt you a lot worse or hit you a lot faster. So, yeah, it becomes a challenge in the later on parts of the game. Alright, but we got some treasures here. Let's see what we got. Leather, iron, 2 leather, an iron, a floral fungi potion, and the finest leather pouch, which is very nice to have right here. That gives me an extra 4 slots in my inventory so that I can carry more stuff. And 14 gold crowns, so that's pretty nice. We'll go ahead and we'll take all that. You derive no pleasure from killing, but if there is only one survivor still alive in the village, you vow to do everything you can to find and keep them safe. You turn away from the Gaiax corpses and scour the surrounding buildings for signs of life. But this part of Rockstarn and its inhabitants were hit especially hard. It looks as if the Gaiax wanted to make doubly sure that nobody could escape and raise the alarm. The houses and stores are badly damaged, their once fine facades blackened and charred by fire. The closest building is near to collapse. Much of the roof has fallen in and its walls are cracked and old. Above the smoldering door, you can still see a sign and make out the inscription, Hankar's Store. This store is in such a dangerous condition that you feel it unsafe to enter it. However, it has an attached warehouse that has survived virtually intact. You try to enter, but the door has been barred from the inside. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this one here. And we will pick up and enter this warehouse the next time I do a video on this. Let me know what you think about it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave me a like and subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day. Later.